Hey there, how's it going? It's MiffedLuke here. My name is Luke. I have dyspraxia. This makes crossing roads for me a little bit different. Dyspraxia is a lifelong condition affecting movement and physical coordination. Gross and fine motor skills don't work so well. Cognitive function may be impaired, impacting planning and processing abilities. Today we are going to see what all of this means in the context of crossing roads. Oh, and I have autism as well. Some roads are definitely easier to cross than others. Well, that was easy. Some roads are a little bit more complicated. Well, that was a little bit more complicated. And some roads are downright terrifying. Here is a little mind map I made of some traits of dyspraxia. Which one of these might affect crossing roads, especially in crowds? So let's put dyspraxia to the test by crossing really busy roads at Trafalgar Square. So it's crowded and I gotta get across the road with all sorts of crowds. And I struggle with crossing roads anyways. I have mild autism and severe dyspraxia. Let's see how it goes. So when it comes to crossing the road, sometimes I constantly looking left, right, centre. I get a little bit stiff, you know. I want to make sure that I don't bump into anyone. Other times, however, I try and be a little bit more in my own world. It's like, I still have awareness about me and still keeping an eye on my surroundings, you know, but otherwise I just do what a lot of other people probably do, is be in their own world. We are crossing the road, so I am walking forward, you know, sort of thing. We are on the pavement and we are continuing to walk forward the direction that I want to go in, you know, what feels more natural to me at the time. Not quite sure, I'm still figuring it out myself, honestly, but those are kind of like the two approaches I take. I think especially in busy areas, it's hard to have personal space. Behind, in front, to your sides, all sorts. And when it comes to keeping an eye on my surroundings and things, like making sure that I don't bump into people, making sure that they don't bump into me, and making sure that I'm crossing the road sensibly. I always gotta like keep an eye on my surroundings, also keeping an eye on what's behind me as well, because you know I don't really want to bump into people, and again I don't want people to bump into me. Sometimes people might push or shove a little bit as well when there's lots of people around, and it's like, is that acceptable? Is it not acceptable? I don't really know. It's trickier to say when there's so many people and people are just trying to get to where they need to go. That was a bit easier. And you also got to keep an eye on your bags as well. Like sometimes you hear about people getting pickpocketed or their things stolen when they're walking in London. So you got to make sure that you got to keep your things safe and near to you. Now let's look at the aspects of dyspraxia that affected me with crossing roads. But before we look at those, I should say that I almost walked into the road when I shouldn't have. The crowds were moving, I followed them, and there were cars coming. Now let's look at the dyspraxia mind map to see what affected me. I think the main ones that affected me here is the entire spatial awareness section and the bottom part of the movement and sensors box. Spatial awareness because I need to, you know, look at the people around me, see where the cars are coming from, and see where to cross, judging distances, things like that. Sensory processing and perception, poor sense of direction, and easily getting lost. Trafalgar Square can be quite an overwhelming environment. There's people everywhere, crossing roads, standing still while they check their maps, taking photos. There's cars driving, delivery motorbikes, delivery vehicles in general, buses, and also it can be quite smelly in certain parts of Trafalgar Square as well. Now let's look at poor sense of direction. I need to get from point A to point B. There are 4 roads in between, so I need to plan how to get across those 4 roads. And also, I get easily lost. Honourable mention to background noises. Noisy environments can be very overwhelming for those with neurodifferences such as autism and dyspraxia, though I don't struggle with that side of things too much. And then, it can be quite a challenge for some people to regulate their emotional responses. The tendency to have a narrow focus and dyspraxia makes it difficult to concentrate on multiple things at once. Social situations. In this case, it's reading crowds, but, you know, autism as well. I hope you enjoyed my dyspraxic observation on crossing roads. Let me know how you find crossing roads in the comment section below, regardless if you have neurodifferences or not. Thank you so much for watching, it's MiffedLuke here. My name is Luke, and I'll be back with more videos coming soon. Goodbye everyone.